What to do if your child becomes a bully? Hello, parents. Today, let's talk about a sensitive but incredibly important topic. What if your child is a bully? We often worry about our children being bullied. But have you ever considered the opposite scenario? What if your child is the one causing harm to their peers? It may be difficult to accept. But if you discover this, don't panic or react with anger. The key is to understand the issue, recognize the signs, and intervene in time. The unexpected consequences of being a bully. When we talk about bullying, we usually think of the victims, the kids who suffer emotionally and physically. But did you know that bullies themselves also face numerous negative consequences that can impact their future? Higher risk of dropping out of school. Children who bully others are more likely to drop out of school. If a child resorts to violence or control to solve problems, they may struggle to adapt to a structured school environment. Increased risk of mental health issues. Surprisingly, bullies are also at higher risk for depression, anxiety, and psychological stress, especially when their behavior is exposed and they face serious consequences. Higher likelihood of substance abuse. Studies show that children who engage in bullying are more likely to experiment with tobacco, alcohol, and other substances at an earlier age. This often stems from a lack of emotional control and a desire for thrill-seeking behaviors. Early sexual activity. Kids who bully others are more likely to engage in romantic and sexual relationships earlier than their peers, which can lead to various challenges later in life. Interestingly, some bullies were once victims of bullying themselves. This creates a vicious cycle, being bullied, becoming a bully, and then continuing to harm others. Legal risks. Can bullies become criminals? It may sound extreme, but it's true. A child who engages in bullying at an early age is at a higher risk of breaking the law later in life. Studies reveal that bullies are more likely to commit traffic violations. Their crime rate is 4 times higher than that of non-bullies. About 60% of children who bullied others between grades 6 to 9 will have at least one criminal conviction by the time they are 24 to 35 years old. Moreover, former bullies are more likely to be drawn into gangs, use weapons, and develop antisocial personality disorders. Impact on relationships. Do you think bullying is just a childhood phase that will pass? Unfortunately, that's not always the case. Bullying behavior often continues into adulthood, affecting personal and professional relationships. Difficulty maintaining relationships. Former bullies often struggle with relationships, as they tend to be controlling or abusive towards their partners and even their children. Trouble holding a steady job. Someone who lacks respect for others and has poor conflict resolution skills may find it challenging to succeed in the workplace. Passing on negative behaviors. If parents were once bullies, their children are more likely to repeat the same behaviors, perpetuating a cycle of harm. Warning signs that your child may be a bully. If you notice these behaviors in your child, take them seriously and intervene early. Frequent involvement in fights or arguments. If your child often gets into physical or verbal conflicts, it could be a sign of bullying tendencies. Associating with other bullies. If your child spends time with peers who also engage in bullying, they are more likely to adopt similar behaviors. Increasing aggression. If your child becomes more irritable, quick-tempered, or easily angered, it may be a red flag. Disciplinary issues at school. Frequent trouble with teachers and school authorities can indicate a deeper behavioral problem. Blaming others instead of taking responsibility. A child who consistently avoids accountability and shifts blame onto others might be displaying bullying behaviors. Overly competitive and attention-seeking. If your child enjoys dominating others and wants to stand out by putting others down, it's a cause for concern. What should parents do if their child is a bully? If you recognize these signs, don't just scold your child. Instead, take these steps. Have an open conversation. Ask your child about what's going on and listen without immediately judging them. Teach empathy. Help your child understand the feelings of those they have hurt. Set clear rules and consequences. Make it clear that bullying is unacceptable and implement appropriate discipline if necessary. Help them develop communication skills. Guide your child in managing emotions and resolving conflicts without resorting to aggression. Seek professional support. If the problem is severe, consult a psychologist or school counselor for assistance. Parenting is never easy, but if we step in at the right time, our children have a chance to change and grow into better individuals. Let's guide them on the right path. Starting today.